Week 1 of the NAHL season is complete. I'm Chris Lynch with Matt Voity for this week's Coach's Corner. And Coach, an interesting weekend against Johnstown, with first off getting the first win of the season. So what's that meaning, getting the first win in the first game of the season?
Well, I think it's a big step. Last year I think it took us 4 games to get our first win, and that's tough, right? I mean, you want to get that win right off the bat, and I think it helped the boys. I think the second night we had maybe a little bit of a hangover from that. It was a pretty physical game Friday night. I think, as the season goes along and the conditioning continues and what we're doing continues, I think that'll be less and less.
And a real headliner from the weekend as far as the individual performances being Adam Johnson in net, who stopped 81 of 84 shots faced over the course of the weekend. So what did he do that made him so successful over the course of the weekend?
Well, stop the puck. He was, I hate to say it, Johnny on the spot. Whenever we needed a big save, he was there. I mean, the 2 pucks that beat him on Saturday were tipped, and he didn't really have a chance on. And the one that beat him Friday was just a horrible bounce off the boards, which I think everyone could have played well. But, again, 3 kind of rough bounces that didn't go his way, but the rest of the way, he was strong. He killed pucks when he needed to, slowed things down when he needed to, had some pretty good handles with the puck, sprung us a couple times on the stretch passes. So, we couldn't have asked for anything more out of him.
Another thing that's worth noting is that across all of the penalty kill opportunities that you guys had throughout the course of the 2 games, I don't think you guys allowed a single power play goal.
No, which is, last year we were bad. And this year, it's great to start that way. And I know we had, I don't even know how many power play chances or penalty kill chances we had. It must have been 8 or 9 at least. So, we killed it. I mean, there's more work to be done in that area, but it's very encouraging to see.
And you'll get a great opportunity to continue those chances on the road this week, but in Blaine, Minnesota at the Showcase, and this is one of the big events throughout the course of the NAHL season. So how are the guys feeling excited to go to Blaine?
I think the boys are always excited. They know this Showcase is big. I mean, all the scouts in the world are going to be there, from D1, from the NHL, and it's always a good time to go out there and play teams that you don't normally play during the season, and that makes it a little bit more exciting and fun.
Yeah, it's a different sort of schedule where you get Kenai River and Austin and El Paso and Minnow, I think, are the teams that are on the schedule. Minot. So what have you been able to pick up on? Have you been able to do much work in picking up stuff on the way that teams from out there play differently or than teams out east? Or?
So right now there's not a lot of pre-scout film. But some of those teams we've never really played against. I've never played against El Paso. I don't think I played against any of those teams, or we've played against any of those teams. So, you kind of go by last year's video, which you can still get, and kind of extrapolate off that and look at their roster, and kind of depends on how much turnover they have. And but out west, it's a little more, usually the southern teams and the Midwest teams are a little bit heavier, a little more, get it in, get to work kind of teams, which is honestly what we're trying to be right now too.
And you get to do this at the Super Rink, one of the best facilities of its kind in the country. I've never gotten a chance to go out there. Could you describe it for people who've not seen it before? What kind of facility is it?
It's massive. I don't even know how many rinks there are. I think there's, I could be wrong. I know there's at least 4. There's probably like 7 or 8. And you can just walk around there. There's a lot of cool spots. Like Bethel's rink is really cool. There's stuff upstairs where you can see some of the history. There's a big goaltending workout area up there, which is amazing. And they have like a hall attached to it, which is where we have our NCAA compliance seminar, which is really nice. It's a first-class facility, and the NA does a first-class job of setting this all up and running it. So I mean, it's a place, if you haven't been to, if you can go there for the showcase, it's a really great time.
It'll be the Kenai River Brown Bears to open up the NAHL Showcase in Blaine, Minnesota. You'll get the opportunity to see these guys, coached by Matt Voity, playing on Hockey TV. All games carried there live throughout the course of the weekend. Make sure to check out the website and the social media accounts. We'll have all updates on the games. Coach, thanks very much. Good luck to you.
Thanks, Chris.